Well, I don't know why that happened, but this is Eric again, and showing you a little bit about pressure flaking. Your mom said you were having trouble with that. So there's two kinds of hand pads. There's the flat one like this. I've used this most of the time. And there's the one with the notch. And most people use the ones with the notches like this. But they have to learn how to not break their points in half. For instance, when I used to do this, and I had a notch, you see, I was holding onto the piece really tight, and when I like using my ishy stick for that because I can get more power on it. And when I'd go in here and I'd snap off a flake, I'd be pressing so hard with my fingers that it would just break the point in half. And I was always getting frustrated with that. And so I started using a flat pad like this. But I couldn't get the flakes to run very far. They were just little flakes. And doing this it's pretty hard, especially with flint. It takes a lot of muscle. And I learned a tip to not break my points in half. Instead of grabbing on really hard like this, and so like for instance, if I take a flake here and I go like that, this didn't wiggle very much at all. But if I just barely hold on here with my fingers on the back, so it can still wiggle and it's loose, it's not sliding off. But then I go and I take a flake like this. See how it snapped back up there like that? I'm not putting pressure on the top so that it'll break in half. I'm just keeping it on the hand pad. And that really made a difference. So I was not breaking points in half. Now, like I said, most people will have a pad with a groove in it. And the reason for that is that when you go in here, well, come on now, be nice. They'd do that and their flakes would run a long ways. They would run longer. I just get little teeny weeny flakes to come off of here because sometimes I'm not that strong. But that's the reason that they have that, so the flake can fall down in this hole and make longer flakes. There again, you can try both. You know, you can have it one like this here, and you can have it flat right here, and you can have one with a groove here, and try it and see which works better. Now, both of these are covered with really nice flexible deer leather, and I really like this. It's soft, and it absorbs a lot of the shock, and I really like how that works. Now, some people, they'll just use a short flaker like this, and you know, they'll use all their hand pressure here to flake, and that's great if you're really strong, but I'm not that strong, and so I like the ishy stick where I put it under my arm, then I can use my whole arm to flake, and also I have it down in my lap so that I can brace this hand against my leg, and it's stronger. And there's different videos out there showing how people do that. Here, I'll just move this over just a little bit. If I'd have that down here like this, I can press my knees together. This hand is hard on this knee. This is under my elbow, and I can press my knees together and snap, snap, snap. And that gives you a lot more. That gives you a lot more power, and helps you do that. So you could use this, but I like using this for notching. instead of doing pressure flaking. And like if I had a big biface like this here where I've cleaned off both sides, you know, I'm gonna use my bopper to keep on going with this here. But once I get down smaller and thinner, then I'll use a little bit of, you know, or like this or something. Then I'll use my hand pad and ishii stick. So I'll stop with this video right here and we'll go on to something else.